Hey, look, I'm starting to see the like error symbols in my closed eye vision and branches. Ah, does it add things as you complete areas? Although these branches could just be like the veins in my like cornea or whatever. But like I think it's intentionally meant to be both. Okay, yeah, so I'm starting to see more shapes. What other areas have I done? Am I seeing? Okay, so that could be the scratches from the deserts, right? Or was I seeing that before I did the desert? I'm not sure. So there definitely is like a tree kind of texture as well. Anyway, we're back in the desert because I came and did this, didn't I? Yes, yes. I think what's actually next is the keep, right? Yeah, because I did the shady trees. I did the quarry and the shady trees. The next one along is the keep. I think I was a little disparaging of like that Zen quote last time. Not even quite sure. I think I just wasn't quite sure what to say. And oh, this looks like it could end up being a thing, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. But the way that would have been a really cool one, like red trees amongst the like more orangey yellow trees. That would be cool. I'm pretty sure it's not one though. Although I do not remember them all, so who knows? I mean, what it was saying was not like wrong at all. Like it was just talking about how, like I mean, like every quote in this, it's about like different approaches for understanding the world, and one of them was science, and like measurements and facts about the world, and then another was like the Zen idea. I guess what I didn't like is that it didn't inform me. Oh, did I? I think I did this one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, it didn't like inform me that much about the Zen idea, but I get it. There's two different approaches. And I also didn't quite like that it was like making it a Western thing and an Eastern thing. That was yeah. That's kind of more why I had the reaction I did, but whatever. Here we are. Is there anything to say? Like, so there's the. Is this meant to be like the stuff that's above, like coming out of here? This is like the defense, right? Like pouring. What would they pour out of the thing? Like hot oil or something? Although I don't think it is oil because I think there's like buckets of it up there. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be. These trees are very round. I don't think they end up being part of a thing. I know the hedges do. And there's the statues. Okay, so this place is split up into two halves, which is very curious. Very curious. I know I've heard one reason for why that might be, but I don't know if I believe it's the whole reason. So let's start on this side so we can talk about that reason once we get to it. I did really enjoy this section of the game though when I first played. So this is about, there's a maze, and there's a maze on the door, of course there is. But there's many paths through here. But those paths, most of them are blocked by these gates. So instead I have to follow the path that I took through the maze, which I think is that. Hey, I remembered. Cool. This one definitely took me a while, but now that I know what I'm doing, I can just do it. So I guess it's like, I mean, yeah, it's ultimately just look for the thing that tells you a route. Very, very observational puzzle. So in this case, it's the grass, right? The grass is the thing that stops me from walking a certain way. I remember just walking around this a lot until I realized what was going on. So this way, around here, up here, around there. Okay. It's like this. Cool. And here we go. This is the reason. We should go up there as well. The reason I've often heard for why there's two sections here is because of this puzzle, which requires you to listen to the sound. I can't remember how long this took when I first played it, because this is definitely one that, like, you know, people tend to get stuck on a lot. Like, there's a soft sound, and then there's a crunch. The crunch is bad. You want soft the whole time, right? So soft, 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 soft. Ooh, crunch. Soft, soft, soft. Soft, soft, soft. Crunch. Soft, soft, soft. Soft, soft, soft. Like this. Yeah. And so the common explanation for why there's two sides here is that, like, oh, this requires the player to have no, like, hearing impairments or anything. And therefore, like, there is an option for people who can, like, you can do the other side of the place instead of this side, if you don't get that. I don't know if I believe that's the full reason why these are split like this. I don't know. Like, they could easily have just made both sides part of it. It feels like there should be some more thematic reason why this is split into two. And they're obviously different. This is like, there are paths. Like, there's mazes. And you're determining which path is the correct path through that maze, effectively. This side is walking panel puzzles, where you're doing something similar, except I guess you're, like, the difference is that it's combined with the mechanics. And then this side has all the statues on it, right? And the other side does not have the statues. I don't think it has any statues at all. It could also just be that, like, it's based on the structure of, you know, some kind of building like this, and there's two sides, so therefore, like, make the two sides kind of equal in some way, in the sense that you can do one or the other. It's not you have to do one then the other. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, here's the stuff, like hot tar, I guess, is what's being poured out. And this is part of what forms the shadow on that rock that we saw last time. There are audio tapes around this place somewhere. In one of the little windows, maybe? That's kind of what I seem to vaguely remember. Hello, you. On here? I know there's one somewhere. I know there is. Oh, hello. Let's listen to you.
In the traditional view, a person is free.
A person.
He is autonomous in the sense that his behavior is uncaused. That view, together with its associated practices, must be re-examined when a scientific analysis reveals unexpected controlling relations between behavior and environment. By questioning the control exercised by autonomous man and demonstrating the control exercised by the environment, a science of behavior also seems to question dignity or worth. A person is responsible for his behavior, not only in the sense that he may be justly blamed or punished when he behaves badly, but also in the sense that he is to be given credit and admired for his achievements. A scientific analysis shifts the credit as well as the blame to the environment, and traditional practices can then no longer be justified. These are sweeping changes, and those who are committed to traditional theories and practices naturally resist them. As the emphasis shifts to the environment, the individual seems to be exposed to a new kind of danger. Who is to construct the controlling environment, and to what end? Autonomous man presumably controls himself in accordance with a built-in set of values. He works for what he finds good. But what will the putative controller find good? And will it be good for those he controls? Answers to questions of this sort are said, of course, to call for value judgments. B.F. Skinner, 1971.
A Skinner quote. So we are getting into free will stuff. I didn't actually remember that this, like, it is kind of funny. Like, I feel like this game like touches on like many philosophical themes. It isn't necessarily like they're not all of the quotes are that clearly about like the search for truth or whatever, like gaining truth, which I think is like the main theme of the game. But I can't quite see how they're all very clearly tied to that. But instead, they are like all quite clearly on like around a set of topics that are quite commonly related to each other in philosophy and spirituality and all that kind of stuff. You know, like we've talked about before, consciousness, understanding, like epistemology, what it is to know something, and then free will. Like they're all connected in some way, for sure. I don't know if that's all as cohesive with the theme as it could be, maybe. Strong comment, I don't know. So on the free will topic, it's interesting. I mean, it is an interesting topic. So my perspective is I'm what is described as a hard incompatibilist, which is basically I don't believe in free will, and even if they're so like a common argument is that, well, actually there's randomness in the way the universe works, and then people bring up things like quantum mechanics or whatever, where it seems to be that there is truly randomness in the way the world works. That may turn out not to be true, who knows, but current working theories are that actually yes, there is like a stochastic nature to everything. And then people go, oh, okay. I guess to take a step back a second, like the reason it gets to that in the first place is because often the argument for there being no free will is that the universe is deterministic in some way, and therefore everything's just following a set of rules. And so therefore the human body and brain is also just following a set of rules, the laws of physics, and given some previous states, you can work out the next state in theory if you can just run the laws of physics, and therefore everything that a human's going to do is predetermined by those previous states in some way, right? So therefore there's no free will. That's like a common argument. The argument against it is often, oh, actually it turns out the universe does have some randomness to it. So you can't just make the argument that because the universe is deterministic, therefore there's no free will. But then the hard incompatibilist argument is the idea that actually it doesn't matter whether the universe is deterministic or not, there's still no free will. And I think the easiest way to argue that is that, like, at least to argue that against the idea that like the randomness in the universe is part of what allows us to have free will, is that those things that we're talking about there is like, in talking like quantum mechanics, we're talking about like positions and momentum of particles and such. Totally separate thing to what we're talking about when we're talking about free will, which is like ability to make choices and decisions and like reason about things and choose from options, carve our own path. And like, so even if there is randomness in that doesn't mean that we have control over it. In fact, yeah, that's the better point to make there. It's like randomness is even less control, right? That just means there's like, sure, you can't predict our behavior from a previous state because there's randomness involved, if you want to go into that. But also, I don't think that's quite true, because like quantum randomness or uncertainty at the macro level is basically not visible, or it doesn't really have an effect at the macro level. But if, yeah, like let's say for some reason, the choice of whether you like go for a walk or watch TV was determined by quantum particles picking, positions in space, uh, like super directly. That doesn't mean you've got free will, right? You're still now you're just like beholden to the randomness of nature. So it's like even less of an argument for free will. So yeah, I fall into the camp of like, I don't think, like, regardless of how the universe works, I don't think we have free will. Like the only way, and this is another one of those like, oh, people have different definitions of what it means to have free will. Because that's not to say we don't make choices. We do. So I think some people, free will just means you have the ability to make choices. And okay, in that sense, sure, we do. But that choice that we're making is systemic. There's a process going on in your brain that is just taking inputs and then generating an output, and that's a choice. The same way a computer makes choices with like an if condition or whatever. There's some input and some out. A decision is made about whether it goes to the top of the if condition or the else part of it. And so yeah, sure, we make choices, but then I think when in philosophy, if you're talking about free will, you're not talking about that. Well, I mean, some people might be, and that's the thing that makes like reading about philosophy and talking about philosophy really confusing, is that some people are talking about that. But I think usually when people talk about free will, they're talking about some kind of like separate influence on the way the world or the way the universe is going. Like some kind of like you could imagine that if souls were a thing, which I also don't believe in. I'm not a dualist. I don't believe in like the mind or the soul being a separate thing from the body. But if it were, you could imagine that being this like source of free will. It's like somehow able to inject change into your brain or into your body to go one way or another. But if you don't believe that, if you just believe the world is like a physical system, then I think, like I do, then I think you just got to accept free will's probably not a thing. Everything I'm doing is just the result of some physical process, whether or not it has randomness in it. Yeah, that's my stance. At least argue away in the comments if you disagree. Anyway, what's this one? How does this one work? I actually don't remember. How does this one work? Oh, this is the one where the puzzle itself does not match the maze. That's a fun idea. So I have to find the route that does. Like this. This, that. Okay, I think I've got it. This. It. Yay. You're a thing, aren't you? Look at you. Circle-shaped thing. Oh yeah, and then it's going to be that as the end, isn't it? I never really remember what's in all these spaces. Nothing much. That's the shady trees area, right? Yeah. In fact, you can see a shadow on there. This connects to that other side. Aren't there some like audio tapes like below? There's some statues at least. Let's see one right now. Hello, friend. Oh, cool. The statues in this game, I don't know. I've never really tried to like read meaning into them. Part of me honestly believes that the 3D artists for the game were just like having fun making statues, and so they threw them together. I do know there are lots of theories there around like what each one represents and such. I just don't really have my own sense of what that might be.
I boasted among men that I had known you. They see your pictures in all works of mine. They come and ask me, who is he? I know not how to answer them. I say, indeed, I cannot tell. They blame me, and they go away in scorn. And you sit there, smiling. I put my tales of you into lasting songs. The secret gushes out from my heart. They come and ask me, tell me all your meanings. I know not how to answer them. I say, ah, who knows what they mean? They smile and go away in utter scorn. And you sit there smiling. Rabindranath Tagore, 1910.
Talking about God, maybe? Perhaps? Like represented in paintings or in songs, but being unable to explain what it is. And I think the reason those quotes are included. Oh, so we do have the laser already that does the like changing colors. I need to go back and check which laser's which, because that's changing from red to blue, right? What was I saying? I think the reason the game is including these quotes is because, like, one way I think of like spirituality and religion and philosophy are very like interrelated, and so is like science as well, and everything. Yeah, they're all means by which you try and gain some understanding about the world. And like philosophy and spirituality tends to be what's used where science doesn't seem to be giving us any answers. I mean, I realize this is quite a Western. This is what the previous quote in the previous video was talking about, but it's quite a Western idea, I guess. Like, oh, like philosophy and spirituality are for when science has no answers. Which I believe it certainly won't have answers about a bunch of things, and therefore there's certain things that will stay philosophy forever. But like it's also true that things that were previously philosophy are largely considered like solved and understood. I mean, okay. I was gonna say like we now know that like roughly how elements work. Like we can keep dividing it further and further, but like we have a macro level. Well, it's not really macro, is it? But we have a higher level understanding of how elements work, as opposed to like old philosophical approaches to that, like the Platonic solids and all that kind of stuff. And so certain things feel like they kind of like graduate, although that feels like a wrong way of putting it. But like as soon as we have some way to measure and understand, it stops being a philosophical topic. I think religion and spirituality, however, like people who are religious or spiritual continue to think about those topics in those ways. Even if there are like scientific answers. I guess that is kind of what that previous quote was. It's like it's not exactly what it's trying to say, but it was one of the things you could take from it. Anyway, A Dark Tower, not The Dark Tower, the Stephen King series, but A Dark Tower. Okay, let's do this side, I guess. Like, I know there's more things I'm missing, but whatever. Okay, hit the dots. Start there, hit the dots. And this thing is like a reset mechanic. Dot there, dot there. So we must be going up. Like, why not just this? This. This. We have to come back out. Then I'm not quite sure what we do, so I'm going to skip back across. I do love walking puzzles. Okay, then we do like a L shape here. I like that I can just... So this is the one place where I can do it more like deductive style if I wanted to, because I can come and just enter line segments at any point. Do I have to do this last bit any certain way? Not really. I think I do want to make a path that is... Yay! That is... Can I mess this up now? No. That goes around this way, because I'm going to try and draw it later, aren't I? But we'll fix that later. Hey, friends. Hey, friends. There's like something here with like, there's lots of people walking around with swords, even though at the same time... Well, so these people are like fencing, right? They've got a fencing mask on, and yours is on the floor. But you've got a sword, but you've also got like an earpiece in. And you're like guarding the door. You seem like you might be somebody's bodyguard, but you're also carrying a sword. There's this weird mashing up of times in some way. Also, yeah, there's like a few of the audio things that look different, and that's one of them. And some of them have different colors on them, which I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of that means. Like the little light that shows up. Okay, so you two, you've got an umbrella, you've got a bag? Yeah, a purse. And you're like waving through here. You're the same guy, huh? Are you the same guy? Look at those sunglasses. And that little quiff. Yeah, same guy. Huh. Is there a story to understand? You're not the same person, but you are. And you've got your sword. Like these people want to come in or something? It also would make sense with the idea of a keep, like as being well, what is a keep specifically? But it's clearly like some kind of walled fortress that you want to keep people out of. Kind of like this bodyguard would want to keep people out. Anyway, this thing. Okay, so split along the middle. Well, that's not the best way to think of it. Yeah, okay, we'll do this. And then, so can we not stand on this? Oh, we can. Do I want to, though? So, actually, where do I want to end as well? Let's walk back to the start and check. I want to end in the middle, which I can just do, right? Oh, but I'm about to put those with those. So go down to the bottom and then up. Can I do that? It looks like it. Yeah, I think so. Alrighty. Down to the bottom. Then up. And here. Woohoo! What am I missing? Probably lots of stuff. Not sure why that's blocked up. Hello. You're a new person, I think. Oh, there's a thing behind you.
If a man, holding a belief which he was taught in childhood or persuaded of afterwards, keeps down and pushes away any doubts which arise about it in his mind, purposely avoids the reading of books and the company of men that call into question or discuss it, and regards as impious those questions which cannot easily be asked without disturbing it, the life of that man is one long sin against mankind. But, says one, I am a busy man. I have no time for the long course of study which would be necessary to make me in any degree a competent judge of certain questions, or even able to understand the nature of the arguments. Then he should have no time to believe. William K. Clifford, 1874.
I might actually listen to that again. I was not fully concentrating for the whole thing. Where was it? Here. Let's solve the puzzle while... no, that's less concentration.
Holding a belief which he was taught in childhood or persuaded of afterwards, keeps down and pushes away any doubts which arise about it in his mind, purposely avoids the reading of books and the company of men that call into question or discuss it, and regards as impious those questions which cannot easily be asked without disturbing it, the life of that man is one long sin against mankind.
Understood.
But, says one, I am a busy man. I have no time for the long course of study which would be necessary to make me in any degree a competent judge of certain questions, or even able to understand the nature of the arguments. Then he should have no time to believe.
Okay,
William
right.
Cooper, 1874.
It's an argument against stubbornness. About just like believing without. So it's an interesting thing because it's making the point at the end that if you don't have time to question what you believe, then you shouldn't have time to believe. It's saying that like it's not an excuse. There's no excuse to not reconsider what you believe. Hey, here's what I was thinking about earlier. There's an octopus in the water. Right. Oh, the ship. Let's not go there yet. But yes, that is a thing we need to do at some point. Is there anything up here? Is there just like a path back? There's got to be a reason for walking along here, right? Oh. Maybe you can do this from here? Or something? Is there a reason for walking along here? The thing is, you'd never be able to see that from here. It feels like there must be a purpose for this bit of wall. But I'm not sure what. It's interesting to actually try and pay attention to what they're saying. Sometimes it's a little hard to get, but I'm finding that by actually paying attention and trying to think about it, I'm getting the gist of some of the quotes, which is good. Okay, you and you. Where do I end? In that corner. So let's do that and that. Oh yes, this is one where I'm forced to start here. Okay, it's fine with me. I think I've done it wrong. Oh wait, what? Oh, I start this side. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess you always start where this little metal overlap bit is. Okay, so I was doing it entirely wrong. So... Oh, so then... Oh. So then what? Ah, okay, I see. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. This is a sneaky one, right? Where you have to find a path across on the wood, like here. Yep, to get around that obstacle. And we're done. Cool. I swear there's like an audio clip below here somewhere. Or below one of these, but I don't know which one. But then maybe I'm just misremembering. It's a statue instead. What are they doing? It's the person with the bags. Okay, so what were you doing? You were like dragging them behind you. I don't think I recognize you. You've got long hair. Like quite a long shirt. Trying to see if I can identify the shoes. Let's go have a look at the previous people. You may be the same person. Wait. No, curlier hair. You got a ring on your finger. You do not. Do you have the same kind of face? Hard to say. Not enough detail, I don't think. Yeah, there might be a story here. And then you're down here. Talk to somebody at the desk. Like trying to... Oh, you're wearing a cap now. Trying to like convince them of something, making an argument of some sort. Oh, and they've got loads of bags behind them as well. Huh. Huh. Not entirely sure what to make of it. Okay, this goes into the shady trees area, right? Yes. Okay. Is there anything else here? I swear there's an audio log below somewhere. Am I wrong? I mean, we'll use the lake later on to help find things. Because I think that can help you find the logs. Okay. I mean, maybe it's just in this one. Like, okay, let's solve the puzzle. What's the requirement? Okay, rotatey ones. And the ends are there and there. And we're starting here. So... I mean, there's lots of ways to do this, but... I bet the obstacles get in the way. I probably should have just looked. Oh, it's the symmetry one. Which... So this will work, I think. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm expecting there to be one on top of these pillars or something. Oh, hello, people down there. I can't see you close enough. I think I'm missing something here, but I don't know what exactly. Oh, more people. Maybe at the end we could do a little bit of an NVIDIA Ansel and fly around a bit. I think I'm missing something. Or is this thing on top of this, maybe? Oh, hello. Sneaky. I think the issue with these is that there's not a lot of room for experimentation. Like, in this case... Okay, I could go past one or I could go past two. That one's like a better example, I think. Like a slightly better example. But, because they're not really like a tutorial set. Like I was saying earlier that these could all be from like a set of tutorial panels. But they don't build up in the same way. Like, there's no... Actually, I think there is one that is just a single triangle. But I don't think you could make a nice tutorial sequence out of the set of panels that exist. They seem a bit more random. Don't know whether that's true or not. Okay, HDR adjust so I can see. Thank you. I think it is those hedges that are the, like... The start, yeah. Wait, so is that the top of a hedge? It's just cut like that. Like, sorry, a tree. Anyway. That's a cute one. Oh, wrong way. This way. And then one here as well. Ooh. So much thunderous booming. And then... Have I set any of these up correctly? One of them. Okay. Is there a wall one here as well? Like going along the wall? I think so. Is there a secondary one on this side? No. No. I was thinking like, does the path form one as well? No. It's just that. Okay, so this is follow the paths that I went through. So let's see if I can just remember. Da. Can I remember everything? Can I remember everything? Can I? I can. So that activates the laser, right? So the other one's entirely optional. I guess what's on that box is just like maze shapes. I think you solve this just as a regular puzzle, right? You don't have to do what you've done below, if I remember correctly. I think I've done this in a bad way. Although, what's a better way? I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Doesn't feel fine, does it? No. Okay. Okay, I could go this way first. And do this. Okay. That could be better. Come past all these shapes, and then... like, can I connect all these up? Not with what I've drawn. But maybe, like... I think I can do them more separated, though. I think. Well, let's imagine that was connected to that. Probably could do it. No, it would be a struggle for sure. Could I put the white and black squares on opposite sides somehow? That's something, I guess. Oh, you want 4? Of course you do. But you could be combined with something, but there's just nowhere to put a 4 right now. Okay, so let's make more space along here. Still isn't gonna work. Actually, that could work. This feels like a weird way to be solving this, and it doesn't work. I was thinking like that. Some other way? No, that would have to go there, and then the 4 would have to go somewhere. I.e. below. Yeah. Can I connect the other shape into it and somehow make it work? I think so. If we could go there, this would be good. It's actually surprisingly complicated. Can I cut you off somehow? Best way to do this is what? Like maybe I should be coming and doing those shapes earlier or something weird? That's a different setup entirely. Is there room for a 4? There is. There's room for that. I think I've got everything now. Yeah, that works. Go on, down. Yay! Cool. Okay, then I need to go and rearrange a bunch of things. Okay, what colour are you? You are... Oh, you're a changing colour one as well. Which would make sense here, because there's two sides to this place. What colour are the cables? There aren't really any cables. Like, this just magically powers that. Look, this has got the same connecty thing on the side as the triangle puzzles. So there's a blue cable at the end of that. So each one of these has a cable corresponding to its colour. And then this side has a cable from each one that's just always white, I think. This is going through many colours, isn't it? Blue, like a reddish colour, blue, yellow, blue. I guess it's like blue and yellow. Yeah, it's just blue and yellow over and over. With like a kind of white in between, but I think that's just because it's fading between the two. Yeah, I don't know. But changing between two colours does seem to make sense for a place that's split into two halves. Okay, let's go rearrange some of those things. The other side. Okay. So I've done the other one, so I just need a shape that works for this one. So presumably it needs to not go under this. Yeah, I'd have to not go under that. So instead, like this. That feels reasonable. I think. No. Hold on. Yes, I see. Like that shape. Like that. Which would mean on this side... Oh no, you can't draw that because then there's a cross in the middle. Oh, in fact, that also wouldn't cover the thing. Also, the thing is there. The thing is in that space. Well, that makes things awkward, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't if I can just avoid that path. So just do this the other way around. Go there. Okay. Can I do that? Oh no, because I'm blocking the exit. Okay. It was a nice idea. Okay, so shift over, but no, then we'd be touching the middle. Oh, what about if we just do a merge them together thing? Ah. Like this? Like that will make one of them unsolvable. That one should be solvable. I don't think that sticks up enough to block it, right? Can I do them from here? No. I mean, it was blocked anyway, but I was just wondering if it would even fizzle a little bit. Okay, here we go. Ah, so I also can't use that. I see, so it's those parts that I can't use. Okay. Those parts that I can't use, which means... Which way round are they? I was going to do that, so... This... but then I'm blocking the exits. Can I do this the other way, or... That feels like it should be a solution. Because it's satisfying. It's weird that I'm getting that thing where it, like, pops back to the previous view. I guess it's because the view moves when I'm drawing. If I quit out, it pops like that. It doesn't feel, like, as smooth as it should be. Okay, I'm just going to have to keep in mind that those two are blocked and that's blocked. Everything else is fine. Okay. I get dizzy running up and down these stairs. I do get slight motion sickness from this game. I don't remember getting motion sickness when I first played it. I also believe there are settings that can help with that. But so that and that are blocks. Do not go there and there. Make a shape that covers this. Therefore, the shape has to go there and there. Otherwise, the edge would be on that bit. So the shape has to go through those two spaces. How could that be? Either it has to be like this shape, or it has to be that shape. Ooh, okay. That's a complicated shape to draw. That feels like an answer. Yeah, okay. So what's that look like? It's like this. Okay. Oh wait, yes, symmetry. Yes, then what's the exit? Okay, that feels good. I think that's good. Should I try and sort the wall out? I might as well while I'm down here, right? Though I don't remember what was blocking, although I can figure it out, right? This is blocking, and that's blocking. Okay. Okay. This is blocking, so do not come along here, here, and do not come along there. How do you suppose I'm going to do that? Don't go along there. Well, these two are never going to combine, so that has to just be there, and therefore that has to be there. Huh. Right? How else could that work? Like I could come along the other edge, but I'd still have to have come along this edge. Maybe that's visible from up there. Ooh, okay, it's quite shallow. That might be visible. Okay, in which case, do this one the other way around. That works. Okay. Okay. So do... Oh. Start at the other end. Sneaky. I think this is what it wants me to do. I think I have to walk it backwards. And I'm going to have to do like along and that way. Don't accidentally hit anything else. Then this, that. Okay, I think that should be solvable. Next one. Oh gosh. You. Ooh, I might want to go and view this one from above actually. In fact, yeah, let's go do the two that I've just done and then we'll solve these two separately. Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. Just getting really dizzy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can do that. Awesome. Do that. Yeah, it looks like that will go past. Yes. Okay, so right now, okay, so I think that black splodge also blocks it. And so does that. Right now for this, I think I just had to go like that, yeah. That one's an easy fix. That one... can't go around the back of that, I just have to factor that in. I can't go through that black splodge. Okay. Okay. Let's do the easy fix first. Which is... yeah, I'll go through here and past the bodyguard. Okay, so that audio log up there was about like stubbornly persisting with beliefs and not questioning them ever. Is the metaphor that's going on here that like the bodyguard and the defense and like the fact that this is a keep is about like keeping your beliefs and like guarding against them? That could be what's going on. That would feel right. What were you saying? You were saying something about people asking you about who was in your paintings and such. And there was a certain like level of like know-it-allness to that. Like, I don't know if that's the right way of describing it, but like not choosing to question who it is, just being like accepting, like, oh, no, that's, or like not caring to answer who it is or what it is that, oh, I messed it up. Whoops. Hooray. Okay, you. So don't go around that back corner. Do not hit the other thing. Can I see past this? Ooh, I did not really check. I don't think so. I don't think I can see past that. Not certain though. So if I can't find a solution without it. Okay, so split up these two and then, well, those two are in a group and those two are in a group. Don't go behind that. That tells us we're not going behind the blacks. Or if we are, okay, that tells me something. Like maybe we're doing this. Right, let's, like I could go between the two black squares there. Then can I somehow, no, along down here, in theory, if that's doable. I don't know, this might work actually. This might actually work. That's the solution, right? You'll stay. Oh. Oh, also wasn't the solution. Because I did it wrong and would need to go under that, which is actually fine. I can go under that. I can see that. Okay. Okay. The idea could still work. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Yeah. This, that. Turn again. All the way along. Cut between the two blacks on this side. And then go to there. I might have to do this from the reverse. It's a good job they give me all these paths around. That's almost certainly why there's so many paths that connect between these places. To make this traversability a bit easier. And then, so from here, that and that need to be in separate places to this and that. So this. I do like that these are like considerably more complicated than the normal solutions. Like a lot of the environmental puzzles are not really puzzles, but those are. And they're like an iteration on the previous puzzles that were normal puzzles, which is fun. That looks good. Hey! Hey! I'm good at the game. Woohoo! I'm good at the game. Before I stop, there's like already one other environmental puzzle that's in my mind that I think exists. Oh gosh, what's the nicest way out of here? I guess down here. Also, how do I get into that bit? Oh, up here. There's something here, right? This is here for a reason. Maybe to make me notice this. Like, I think a lot of stuff in this game is just to try and encourage, like, you noticing the thing they want you to notice. Let's see another reason for being up here, but I might just not be seeing it. Okay. Let's see an audio log. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. We'll come back through later. So the thing I'm thinking of is one of these trees? One of these trees. Like the white ones. Like this or something. Am I making that up? Oh. Okay, now we're at this zone. Which will be next? Oh no, there's also the treetop place. Actually not sure. Maybe one of these isn't. Oh. It feels like things are going to line up so much, but then they don't. Ah. It just might not be a thing. Oh, look at these lines. They feel like lines, but they're not lines. I'm just imagining lines. I'm seeing lines where there aren't any. I thought there was one around here. Like, this feels like it could be one, right? But it's not, I guess. I don't think it is. Or if there is one here, I'm not seeing it. Okay, anyway, next time. The thing is, getting to the treetop place is actually kind of awkward. Let's go by boat. So, oh, in fact, I know where there is one. Down here. Hello. Such a weird shaped shadow. I feel like this is one that is often people's first one that they see. There are more around here as well. Yeah, there you go. Do I do that from here or maybe? Yeah. Okay. You are one, but not yet. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, next time we'll find our way into the tree house place. It's not really a tree house, is it? Whatever it is. Why does this bit exist? Is there an audio log around here or something? Oh yeah, there's you as well. Forgot about you. There are some really hidden audio logs, so... Oh, hello, I see you.
These hearts were woven of human joys and cares, washed marvelously with sorrow, swift to mirth. The years had given them kindness. Dawn was theirs, and sunset, and the colors of the earth. These had seen movement and heard music, known slumber and waking, loved, gone proudly friended, felt the quick stir of wonder, sat alone, touched flowers and furs and cheeks. All this is ended. There are waters blown by changing winds to laughter, and lit by the rich skies all day. And after, frost, with a gesture, stays the waves that dance and wandering loveliness. He leaves a white, unbroken glory, a gathered radiance, a width, a shining peace under the night. Rupert Brooke, 1914.
Okay, I do not know what that was saying. I think some of the capitalization and like punctuation there was off. I think like after a white, it was supposed to be a continuing sentence. Let's just do it again.
These hearts were woven of human joys and cares, washed marvelously with sorrow, swift to mirth. The years had given them kindness. Dawn was theirs, and sunset, and the colors of the earth. These had seen movement and heard music, known slumber and waking, loved, gone proudly friended, felt the quick stir of wonder, sat alone, touched flowers and furs and cheeks. All this is ended.
Yeah.
There are waters blown by changing winds to laughter, and lit by the rich skies all day. And after, frost, with a gesture, stays the waves that dance and wandering loveliness. He leaves a white, unbroken glory, a gathered radiance, a width, a shining peace under the night. Rupert Brooke, 1914.
Like I couldn't quite tell towards the end there, is it personifying frost? Like is that what's leaving a white whatever, like the snow? Like is that it's just describing the snow at the end or something? Or the ice? I'd be curious to read up what that's about. Not immediately clear to me. Okay, so I just remembered we also need to go to the ship. Maybe we save that for later, though. I think we'll try and get to the treehouse next time, find a boat to get on, and see how that goes. All right. See that. See then. I'm good at this signing out business. Goodbye.